Let me take it off of Wi-Fi and put on 4G right with you. I'm really good. I have been working on stuff. I've been working on Hell's Mirror, and I've been working on keys to use it. Hi, Kim. And the nine universal keys. Where is my book? It's in the safe. But yes, so I've been just doing stuff like that. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Tonight is going to be a good night. Hi, DMA. How are you? How's everything? Hi, Cindy. I've been getting a lot of really good confirmation testimonies. I haven't been posting them because they're kind of personal ones for the client, and I don't like to rewrite them. So if you guys want me to post your testimonies on my Coven page, then I need you to write a special one without like a bunch of information in it. Because if it has a bunch of your personal information in it, then I will not post it. I'm not going to like rewrite it. I just copy it and paste it, and that's it. Hi, Optimus Prime. Hi, WM. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Linda. But yes, so I have to like, I'm not going to rewrite it. I just copy it and then paste it over there because, you know, it's your testimony, not mine. So if you want it posted, no personal info. Anyways, I think I got in 3 of them. I think I got 3 in. One has been like a long time coming. And so I was happy to see that there's finally a breakthrough. Another one came in and said that we did a by mid next month. Yay. Yeah. So anyways, there's just a lot of stuff. But yeah, I need no personal info. That's what I need. Watching from work. Hi, Danny. Also known as what? Oh, you have a little hyphen in there. It's Celtic for Danny. Cool. Oh, are you Celtic? Are you a Celtic witch? Like Nordic? Is Nordic and Celtic the same? Kind of, no. It's not. Because Celtic is like the Green Man and stuff like that, right? And then Nordic is like, you know, Loki and those guys, right? Odin and Freya. It's different. So, do you guys want to check these candles out? Let's see. I do Celtic and Egyptian. Wow. That's a pretty big jump, isn't it? I work with, who is a Celtic goddess. And I work with, Oh, Anubis as my god right now. Oh, that's cool. I always am surprised that like they let you mix it up like that. Kate used to do that with me. I don't know if it was a test or why she would allow them to come and see me, but she used to. Okay, this is for M. Oh my gosh, it is so much better. Okay, so sorry, my eye keeps watering. Is it messing up my makeup? Okay, let me see. What is her last name? Wow. Okay, so I did this one before. Hang on, let me get all the stuff off of here. And it was so bad that I had to redo it. Like, I think it broke and it did all kinds of stuff. Where is it? I don't know where it went. I must have thrown it away. But it was really bad. Thank you. And this one finally is perfect. It is perfecto. I like it. Yep, you got some divine intervention in there. I like it. Okay, this one is for EB. For EB. This one is yours. So let's see. We've got some badass sigillism going on in there. All right. Well, this one looks good. It doesn't look as good as the other one, but it looks really good. It looks like you have some stuff to work through up here. I have a job interview in the morning. I should have done a spell to get it. You should have. You should have. It's like one of my specialties. I did a high-powered casting with Clinic for a client who was, I don't know, she was like a CEO of a company or something, and then they laid her division off, and I did a job spell for her with Clinic, and she got it. And she's in her 60s, and she still got, you know, a big money job, even though, you know, she had some obstacles. I know. Hi, spiritual dreams. But this looks good. In this first part of it, it's brown. It's a little brown. I'm not going to lie to you. So there is some work that you're going to have to go through, but it's clear. It burned all the way. There's no burn spots. It just looks like you have a couple, you know, a little bit of stuff that is going to go on, and it looks really, it's not too bad. Down here is completely clear. I am trying to see what kind of spell this is. A binding love. Nice. Okay. It looks good. I don't see any problems with it. So, there you have it. There's those. I'm so glad to be back out working tonight. I've been missing my shop, and this is just where I belong. Everyone else is cranky and mean. And so I just want to stay in my space. I'm doing a protection spell with Belial, Lucifer, and Hecate. And I'm doing a booster, a divorce booster, because I know it's curse night, so I'll do that too. But that's about it for tonight. Oh, and I was supposed to, I know I told you guys the other night that I was going to do a, hold on one second. I was going to be doing a poppet, but Hecate wouldn't let me do it. I was like, why? She wouldn't answer me for the longest time, so I sat in meditation with her, and then she's like, you know, it's too early. And I said, what do you mean it's too early? And she's like, it's not the 3rd. And I was like, oh, that's right. I had to wait the whole 28 days. I forgot. And so that spell will not be being done until the 6th, till Saturday. Because she is sticking to her rule of 28 daes and not before then. She's not having it. So it's a no-go. I was all set up and ready, and no. She will not do it. So she's the boss. But yeah, there's been a lot of new things going on. Yep. Yeah, Belial. It's B-E-A-I. I can't even spell it now. You got me all messed up. It's B-E-L-I-A-L. It's a capital B. I think I got a bit lost traveling. I couldn't figure out where my car went, and I started freaking out. Mom came out and got me. I still feel so disoriented. Yeah, that can happen. If it gets too bad, you might have to do like a cleansing or a banishing. If it starts like really affecting you like that and you can't seem to get yourself back together, try doing some things like to ground yourself. Try doing that. Try doing like just regular normal things like, you know, cooking something. I know you have to do that. But, you know, like, I don't know, try like washing your car or your dog, or, you know, doing some mundane, you know, human thing where you have to like focus on what you're doing and not think about all that stuff. Sometimes that helps you to ground yourself and to get you back in, you know, to yourself all the way. Because it can be a problem for some people. So just, you know, try that. See if that works. If it doesn't work, then do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. Oh my gosh. So I bought these really cool little things, little sigils on, like, they're like medallions to wear. And I was going to put them on my mirrors, but it says I can't in the book. It says that I have to carve them. And so I was like, shoot, I really wanted to put them on there. I thought it would be so pretty. So I just traced them. I traced them on there, and then I'm going to use my little micro inscriber to, you know, carve it, because you're supposed to carve it into the wood, and then you have to, like, you know, to charge it and stuff with your blood, and you know that good stuff that I do all the time. And yeah, so I'm excited about it. I like drew the whole thing out on the mirror. I use the keys that are in the back of my temple books to put on the mirror to go through. I have it covered in silk right now, and I got the sigils carved on the wood. And the only thing that I'm missing is Hecate's crown goes on the top, and so I just need a piece of a triangle piece of wood, you know, like this, and then I'll carve it on. I'll paint it and carve it on there, and then attach it to the mirror, to the frame, and then it should be ready to go. And I have to, like, you know, I fix the spot in the temple for it, put it in a circle. I mean, it's a big thing. I was hoping to have it complete, have everything done for it by tonight, to do it tonight on the eclipse, but I didn't succeed in that. So I was really disappointed about that, but I can't do everything. I'm only one person. And so, you know, you just do the best you can with what you have. And, you know, I have like 3 or 4 different projects going all at the same time. Sounds good. I just feel like I was ripped out of wherever. So I'm a little like, blah. Nice. That's so exciting, Blue. Can't wait for you to finish it. I know, me too. I just know that I'm going to be bugging her all the time. I'm going to be in there going, hi. Hi, Jason. I'll be hanging out in there. She's going to be like, sweetheart, you need to go home. I was just talking about the mirror and Hell's Mirror and what I have done and what I still have to do. And I'm pretty much done with it for the most part. Just a few little finishing touches need to be done. And, you know, and then of course I have to get the circle in place. Thank you. Like always is black blood. What? It's black blood. Don't let the name fool you. What did you change your name to now? You're always changing your name. I cannot keep up with you, girlfriend. Let's see. Okay, so Lilith, it's hard to explain. I'm really going to refer you to the books. But for us, when I read about Lilith in the Primal Current, Lilith is a place. And so I'm really confused. I don't work with Lilith. I haven't yet. That I know of. I just work with Hecate, Lucifer, and Belial, and primal gods. Yes, it's a place. And so I know that that's different than what you're thinking. I think that in the primal, what you're referred to as Lilith, to us is Saffron's, is her name, and she is a goddess. She is a child of Hecate. She's a child of Lucifer. I I think that that's what you guys are referring to when you ask about Lilith, or you say you work with Lilith, because she's very seductive and sensual and beautiful, and you know. Let me see, what did I miss? Okay, hold on a second. Oh, I was trying to see what you changed your name to. Chet Hulu knows the way. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, sweetheart. How was your day? My day was awesome. I just have many different accounts. Well, you sure do. Yes, it's a place. What type of spirits do you work with? I work with a lot of spirits. It's hard to keep track sometimes. I think they mean the sexual goddess. Yeah. Yeah, there's many aspects to different gods and goddess, depending on where you're coming from or how you're working. Like Hecate is a good example of that. She is worshipped in mythology, and she's worshipped in Wicca, and she's a primal goddess, and so she's the queen of hell, you know, heaven and earth, and so she's everything. And so I think that there's always different aspects to different goddesses and gods, and so there's no right or wrong. I just think that everybody has their own, you know, their own way of worshiping them or working with them, or however you want to call it. It's a very old account when I used to secretly follow you. You're such a stalker. I'm totally joking. She's not a stalker. Just kidding. It does kind of sound like that. She followed me secretly to find out if I was real, because she thought I was pretend. I am not pretend, you guys. Do you live in Eastern time? Because the time phrase here is different. I live in Cortez, Colorado, in the United States. So I am Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes. As long as she doesn't spiritually stalk me, we'll be okay. My sister lives in Colorado Springs, Optimus Prime. That's a long ways from here. It's like, I think it's like 6 hours and over a lot of mountain passes from here. But yeah. Look at my eye keeps watering. Why? It's hard to find real witches nowadays when some others just use the titles for views. It's very strange. Oh, whoa. Her husband is stationed, wait a second, at the military base. Okay. It's 12:58 where you live. Where I live, it's 2 hours ahead. Nice. I thought Lilith was a person, since TV shows reference her as a goddess, not a place. That's why I love learning new things from this channel. Well, yeah, primal witches are different. Our beliefs are different than other people's, than other witches. And there's not very many of us. Akate is waking up her children. She is bringing us back to primal. She is working on that. And, you know, pretty soon there'll be lots of us out and about, but, you know, it takes time, especially when we're very private people, except for me, of course. You guys know I'm so loud and proud, and you know, I just can't wait until I can freely share information with you about primal magic. At this time, at this place, I have to not share everything because it's not for everyone, and I don't have the credentials to do that, but someday I will. Why did you create your YouTube account channel? I created it because I wanted to share my journey with someone. Where I live, there are no witches that I know of. Everybody that when I started going through my awakening and stuff, everybody rejected me and hated me and was mean to me like other witches. And I didn't have like an outlet. I didn't have a way to share my gifts and to share my journey with people. And I don't think I felt like Akate really wanted me to do it. She kept like giving me all these ideas, and she really wanted me to open up and to make being a witch it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's beautiful and wonderful, and you shouldn't have to hide, you know, who you are. If that's who you are, you know, you should be free to be that. And so that's why I started my channel, so that I could share. I mean, if you watch like my beginning videos to today's videos, you can see so much growth. It's kind of funny, and sometimes I get embarrassed. Yes, and I get to help a lot of people, and I get to curse a lot of people, and I get to, you know, practice witchcraft, and I love it. So, you know, and I know that people will argue with me on this, but she loves for me to do this. She doesn't want me hiding. She doesn't want me secretly in little clubs doing this. She wants it out. It's not a secret. Being a primal witch is not a dirty little secret anymore. Now, you know, it's out there, and if people don't like it, then they could say something. See what happens. No, I'm just kidding. But really, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be ashamed to be a witch. You shouldn't have to hide it. You know, you should be free. Because witchcraft is freedom, you know. Let me see. I missed a bunch of stuff. Hold on. Inspire me with how loud and proud you are. Dominique. Hello, Dominique. And since you can summon this fidge, does he do other things for you other than putting names in the book? And can you summon him for spells and such? I can't. How did you decide to become a witch? Oh, I didn't decide, sweetheart. It's just who I am. It's not a decision. You start as primal. I started just not knowing what I was. I didn't take any title. It's a learning process that takes time, and you have grown. I've seen your older videos. First found you. Be proud. Oh yeah. You were chosen. Why are there so much as saying that when you bind someone, they don't have a choice but to be with you? Well, they're just not understanding what a binding is. Okay, so let's address that, because I think that that's confusing to a lot of people. Okay, so if I bind someone to you, that person is going to think about you all the time. That person is going to dream about you. That person is, if they have sex with another person, is going to be thinking about you while they're having sex with that other person. That person, I did used to be a Christian. It's true. That person is going to always be thinking about you, talking about you, wanting you, thinking they see you everywhere. Into obsession, like it's going to make them annoyed. Some people try to replace that with, they'll try going out with their boys and meeting other people. They'll try blocking you. They'll try everything to get their mind off of you, because their friends and people are like, you need to get over her, and they can't. And so eventually, when they're done playing and acting stupid, and they realize that they can't get over you, then they're going to see you for real, or hear you, or see a post that you put on Facebook, and then they're going to come back to you. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. I think you mentioned in one of your videos that you used to be a Christian. I did. Oh, and how did you find Goddess Hecate or Lucifer? She found me. Okay, it's a long story. If you follow my channel, most of you who follow my channel know what happened to me when I was a child. My family bound me and didn't allow me to have my abilities and stuff. And then when one of my grandmothers died, they couldn't hold me. The rest of them couldn't hold me anymore. And it just kind of happened. And then, I've always had spirits around me and stuff like that, but I just thought that was normal, then Hecate came in, spirits started harassing me and, tormenting me. Really, it was terrible. And they would beat me up, and I even, got a fat lip one time from them. They kicked open my door. I had a lot of sleep paralysis going on, where I would wake up and I couldn't move, but I could see this guy standing there looking at me like this. And some nymphs would bother me, these little guys right here. But, just a bunch of things like that were happening to me like crazy. And I was scared. Orbs everywhere, swarming my house. And I could see them in the night vision, in the cameras, and my security cameras, you could see them. And it was just insane. Just a lot of bad things were happening to me with the spirits. And then Hecate started coming in, and she would make them leave me alone and protecting me. And then she started changing everything and showing me how beautiful it was. And she, would put birds in my bedroom. I would wake up and there would be a bird flying around in my bedroom, like a real actual bird in my room. And I would have to try to figure out how to get it out of my room. That's happened to me 3 times. fairies and angels, of course. Anyways, and then she just kind of molded me and took me in, and finally, you know, I just gave up and I said, that's it. I can't take anymore. That's it. You know, you do whatever you want with me. I'm done fighting it. I surrender. And I did like a dedication to her. And everything I did with her up until I got my Primal Current books, or the Queen of Hell book, when I first got that, she ordered that. She like possessed me and got on my computer and ordered that. I had never even heard of Mark or his books or Primal Current or anything. She just did it and bought it through my PayPal account. And I was just like, okay, I have no idea who that is, but we just bought a book. And so she just kind of took over, and she's just been doing little things here and there. She's taught me everything I know. She tells me what herbs to use. If I try to get a different book, then she would like say, no, that book is shit. Get rid of it. And I would be like, okay, so much for that. And we just went on from there. Like, it's always been that way. I've always kept myself open for her. And everybody would tell me, don't do that. That's bad. Close yourself. You can't just go around like that. And I was like, fuck off. I do what I want. You're not telling me what to do. You don't even know shit. So shut up, you know? And just, you know, it just went on. And I still stay open for her, but now I stay open for her, Lucifer, and Belial. And so that's why sometimes in my videos, you'll see my eyes go and change different colors all the time. That's why. It's them. And she just is amazing and beautiful, and I love her so much. And whenever she needs or wants something, or she wants me to do something, then I do it. I don't ask questions. Well, I ask questions, but she doesn't have a problem answering me. No, I don't wear contacts. I tried to wear them one time, and I can't stick my finger in my eye. I tried so hard, but I couldn't do it. But no, I don't wear contacts. Nope. Yeah, I can't. I would try. I tried so hard, and then because usually I have my nails on, you know? And so when I had them in, I tried like, I don't know, this must have been like 5 years ago when I tried, but I like pinched them with my fingernail and pull it out, and I like tore a hole in it. And I didn't know I tore a hole in it, but I was like, it's really uncomfortable. And I took him back and I said, just forget it, you know? And he's like, well, this one has a freaking hole in it. How did you do that? And I said, I don't know. I'm just not I can't. I don't know how people could do that, but I cannot. But anyways, so yeah, so she's like everything to me, and she's taught me everything. And then like, I don't know, a couple years ago, I was asking her, I was dealing with the whole shit with my family and finding out what they did to me and all that stuff. And I asked her who my family had been working with. And I asked her, was it Belial? You know, were they working with him? And she goes, well, I don't know. Ask him yourself. And then he just possessed me. And he stayed in me for days and days. And it was crazy. But I got through it. And ever since then, I've been completely obsessed with him. And I just love him so much. And then after him, probably like, I think I worked with him for like a year, and then Lucifer came in, and Lucifer's like a whole nother ball of wax, completely different energy. And I didn't know like what to do, because I have such a close bond with Belial. And so when he came in, Lucifer, yes, I was just like, he's different. And so like, if I'm having a bad day or I'm feeling down or anything like that, he always makes me laugh. He'll cheer me right up. He's always makes you feel happy and, stuff. And so he's awesome. I love him too. But it's a different kind of love. It's not the same. Like each one of them, I have a different connection. Like it's a different feeling. And so, I don't know. It's just different. Each one is different, but they're all fucking amazing. And they're very protective of me. And if they don't like the way you're treating me, or if they don't like the way you talk to me, or whatever, you'll have a really bad day. We'll just put it that way. So let me see. Let's go back. I saw somebody asked a question about paralysis. Hang on a minute. She brought it from your PayPal account. What? Well, when you buy, if you get on primalcraft.com, you click pay with PayPal, and so she clicked pay with PayPal, and then she clicked to pay for it in euros. And so I was like, I don't think that's right. I think it's not going to go through. You clicked euros, and it's like different. And she's like, don't worry, he'll send it anyways. And then I got a message from him, like, I don't know, 15 minutes later saying, oh yeah, I'll send it right out. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought you were just wearing contacts sometimes. No. Such beautiful possession. Can you do a cat and dog spell, but for 3 people? Of course. Okay, the sleep paralysis with spirits watching me has been happening to me lately too. I see a cloaked figure lean over me and just observe me. I feel no fear. I know whose child I am. It's Lucifer. Goddess Hecate is so protective. I was getting bullied and started to hurt myself. And she always took care of it, and bad things always happen to people that hurt me. Yes, she, yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes because, like, for example, if, she just won't tolerate it. If you're her kin, if you're her child, she's not going to let anyone be mean to you or treat you bad. And if they do, then there's a price to pay. Yes. Well, I call Belial father too. I call Lucifer father and Belial father because I feel that connection with him. And so, yeah. And I can't help it, I call them both father and my king and master and whatever, whatever I feel in my heart at the moment. And Hecate, I call her mother, and I call her my goddess and my queen. And, you know, that's just how it is. But, you know, it's not. Have you ever been pissed off? Have I pissed off Luce? No. No. I hope not. I've stopped watching other witches who say that binding is wrong and all that. That's when I found your channel. Well, everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't really care. If I want to bind you, I'm going to bind you. If I want to put you in a fucking jar, you're going in a jar. If I want to put your name in the book of Rofakal, then I will. I'm a witch. I don't follow your rules. And so I think that witches who limit themselves is really sad. Because only you can limit yourself. If you're a witch, we don't have limits. Only we can limit ourselves. And so, no. The only thing that I do that limits myself is I want everything done now. Let's go. Chop, 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 chop. Because I always feel like I'm running out of time. I always feel like I'm in a hurry. Let's hurry up, get this done. You know, go, 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 go. And that's how it should be. And so, like, she'll tell me she wants me to do this thing, and I'll say, okay, and then I want it done right now. But it's going to take a whole year to finish it because each step has to be done, you know, every full moon or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I have to wait a whole year? What did you say? Karma ain't real, and I saw that when I moved to Cali. Put them in a coffin. Yeah, I could put them in a coffin. I could float you down the river. You know, whatever. Does your zodiac sign matter? Well, you can use it. You can use whatever energy you want, you guys. If you're a witch, don't limit yourself. If you want to use planetary energy, use planetary energy. If you want to use them all together in one, do it. Don't say that you can only do this or you can only do that. There's so many different forms. Everything is magic. Materials are magic, you know, like a snake skin. You could use that as magic. Candles, the wax, you could use that as magic. An apple, you can use that in your magic. String, flowers, you know, shaved iron that you get out of the sand with your magnet. You can use that in your magic. You could use Jupiter, Saturn, stars, the black ether. You could pull that down. That's all magic. Your words that come out of your mouth, that's magic. Your meditation, your gods and your goddesses. All of it's magic. Everything, the air you breathe is magic. Everything has magic in it, and you could use it. Fire, water, you know, everything. And so don't limit yourself. You know, just try to stay open. Your clients are really lucky. Thank you, sweetheart. Probably why I'm not a witch. Well, not everyone's a witch. If it was you, I'd Stick everyone in a coffin laughing my ass off. Well, I have several people in coffins. I do. And I use mirrors. I use my mirrors in my magic. I made mirror boxes with the mirrors on the inside. I'm trying to remember who. I think it was Belial who told me to do that. He gave me the herbs to put in there to trap the spirits in there. Like if I'm removing something from someone who, like if someone was cursed and I'm taking that off of them, I put them in a mirrored box. I don't really have to worry about that so much now unless it's like a spirit, like if it's a demonic thing. If it's, you know, that kind of magic, I still really don't have to worry about it so much anymore. But I still use it. I still use the mirror box. I made a mirror box spell reverse and said my intention with the mirrors. That's awesome. Yes. You can do so many things with the things that are around you, that everything is magic. Everything is energy. And so it's beautiful, you guys. And I would say if you're a witch, don't be scared. Don't limit yourself. Don't listen to people who have different opinions than you. I mean, it's okay to learn things from people, but if they try to put fear in you or change your path to something that you're not called to do, then don't. Akate doesn't let me listen to that kind of stuff. She doesn't let me read books that have like different, you know, stuff in them. I'm primal, period. That's it. I only read primal books. If it's not primal, then I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. Somebody sends me, oh, this is a really good book about this and that. And I'm like, no. Is it primal? No, then I don't want to hear about it. I just don't. I don't have time for it. It's just watered to me. If it's not primal, it's just watered down crap. And I don't have time for it. And so I know that's not nice, but that's where I'm at. That's my place, is primal. And so, you know, there's no changing that. There's nothing anyone could say or do to change that ever until I'm dead. And even then they can't change that. Because I'll be with my goddess. It's watered down bullshit. I don't have time for that. We are so busy with the primal current and getting caught up and getting to learn all the things that are in those books. There's so much growth in there. You'll always be growing. There's lifetimes worth of work. I don't know how Mark managed to, in one lifetime, get all this done, but he did. And to me, that is like pure power. Like, that is amazing, incredible. I know it has taken him many, many years, but the fact that he has been able to write all of these books in possession and go through all these rites and rituals and do all of these things so that we could have like these beautiful books to help us is just, it's wow. It's amazing. And so I'm just so thankful for him, and that, you know, he was obedient to Akate and was from Belial and to all, you know, all the primal gods and goddesses. And I talk about them the most because that's who I work with the most. Do I work with other primal gods and goddesses? Yes, but they're the main ones. They're the trident and they are the ones that I know the most about. And so I feel comfortable sharing that knowledge. I don't know a ton about, you know, all the other ones. There's tons. There's gatekeepers. There's, you know, God, the God of death. And I've worked with him and I liked him. He's awesome. Euronymous. I really enjoyed him. His energy was very nice. And so I was comfortable with him. And he liked me too, I think. He smiled at me, and he said that he appreciated my innocent intent or something like that. And it was beautiful. And so, you know, he happily you know, and you know, did my request. And of course it was for Akate's will, and so it was an appropriate, you know, request. And yeah, it's fucking badass. Yes, the gods guide us in everything that we do. That's why your spells are long-lasting and they're permanent in this realm, because you work with the trident and the other witches don't. Well, I can't say what the other witches work with because I don't know them. It is amazing, and we are so thankful. Transformation is physical, painful. So I know it's not easy, but the love is worth everything. Ed. Hi, Ed. Ed Fern. Hello. How are you tonight? Soul ascension can be painful. It's true. Oh, now you're back. Yes, indeed. It's worth everything. Sometimes when I do my invocations, my possessions, things like my, you know, when I sit in my circle before Belial's altar and I invoke them, they will just pour like pure love on me, and I will just sit there and sob. It is crazy. And you could just feel it. It's just, they turn me into like a pile of mush. You know, they just pour the love. And I know that people have these bad experiences that they say they had and things like that. But if you go to them with a good heart and you go to them with love and respect and loyalty and honor and all these great things, and you truly feel that way, then they're going to pour their love on you, and they're going to, you know, pick you up and help you and take all the bad things out of your life that don't belong there, and you know, rearrange everything, and voila, put you on the right track. So actually prayed to Akate and started crying the other day because Mother just gave her tons of love. Yeah, it's so different than what other people will say it is that don't know. But just make sure that if you're going to go on this path, if you're called, don't do it unless you're called to do it, for one. But if you're called on this path, if you're a child of Akate and she's waking you up and igniting your, you know, crystalline DNA, and make sure that you don't go to them in fear. You cannot have fear. When I first started my awakening, I was scared to death. I was terrified. I didn't sleep for days. I sat there and waited for the sun to come up and stared at my window waiting for the sun, because I thought they were going to, you know, get me. And I was so scared and stupid, you know, and she took all that out of me. She removed all of that fear. And now everything that I experience, and every god and goddess that I meet, every spirit that I talk to, I think is beautiful and amazing. And I'm so excited and happy. I'm like a little child to them. I go, you know, hi, what's up? It's you. You know, and I touch them, and I just want to just, you know, I'm just that annoyed, like a little girl with the puppy dog that pinches their cheeks, and it's just ridiculous. And I hate that I act like that, because I think it's so uncool, you know. I'm just like, no, get a hold of yourself, girl. God. But I can't help it. I'm just so in love with them. And so you just going to have to let yourself be that way, because anything else is like lip service. And that's another thing. Don't go to them with lip service, because they're going to see through that, and they're going to be like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know, they know your heart. They know who you are, really. And I'm kind of glad that I get to stay organic, because, and not know other stuff. If you get to just jump into primal right off the get, and you don't have to learn other stuff, then you get to stay organic with them, and everything will be real and true. You act like a child too. It's so hard not. I just can't help it. I'm like, okay, so I've been talking about my beetles lately, because I've been seeing their work, and I'm going to use this as an example about no fear. I was sitting out in my yard in the other realm, in the mirrored realm of this realm. There's, you know, anyways, I was out there, and then one of my dogs peeled back the base of my temple. Like there's a metal thing that goes around it, and he like ripped it off. And then a big swarm of beetles came at me. At first, I thought it was like bees or something. And I was like, get him in, get the dog in the house. Get him in the house. They're going to kill the dog. You know, I was worrying about the dog. So the dog ran up to the house, and then they just came at me, and they just swarmed me and like engulfed my whole body. And I looked down, and I could see they're the little fire beetles. You know, they were beetles. I didn't know about, I didn't know that they were in the books. I didn't know that it was a primal thing. I wasn't scared, but they just like, and just got in me, and I was covered in these beetles. And then I came back, and then I was like, well, that was different. What's up with the beetles, you know? And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's in the book. So let's look, let's find it. So we're like going through the books, trying to find the beetles, and then we found it. And Black Blood was the one that remembered that they were in there. And so I was like, yes, that's them. That's the bugs. That's the beetles. And I'm like, what do they do? And then so we're like reading them. And I was like, wow, that they gifted me the beetles because, well, they're for protection. And I had been dealing with a lot of enemies during that time in my Queen of Hell group and in my Coven Facebook page. I had a lot of people like trying to tear everything apart, and I was having to deal with it, and they were trying to put stuff on me, you know. And so, yeah. So Belial gave me the gift of beetles. And so now when people come at me, they get a bunch of bad things that happen to them. And it is pretty impressive to watch, let me tell you. Things get exposed. Everyone gets exposed. All the lies come about. And it's like, holy crap, did that really just happen? You really did that, you know? And it's amazing. And then, of course, Lucifer gave me the gift of a Bowen. And it was presented to me like this. It like just like came forth in like a rock or something. And then I don't know what it was, but it looked like some kind of a rock, and it just like came to me like this in the mirrored realm again. And then I was like, what's that? And they were like, it was like presented to me in a rock or something. And then the snake came out, the serpent, and he was a beautiful gold, yellow, orangey, I don't know, really bright and a beautiful serpent. And he came out, and then I saw his wings, and I was just like, wow, he's so pretty. What do I do with him? I don't know what he's for. I didn't know anything. And I ran out and I was calling Belial, what is this? And then he came, and I was like, never mind, I got it. He's mine. And he like went up my arm and came right here. And I was like, you're so beautiful. I love you so much. And so then I learned, and I didn't know, but I learned later that also is in the Primal Craft books. And so now sometimes when I want extra power and I'm working with Lucifer, I'll say, you know, Psychronomicon, a Bowen, Lucifer. And it puts extra power in there. You mentioned a guy did a spell against you, and and you put him in a fire ant spell. Something, not sure what spell that is. It's my fire ant heal spell. Akate gave me that spell, and it's very effective. It destroyed his entire life. And then he came and apologized for what he had done. And so then I released him from it, but he suffered for like a year of suffering and lost everything. Highest honor bestowed. And I just have many, many beautiful experiences like that. Let's try one to Atlantic City. And there were so many Greek statues like goddess. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? When Hecate came and shut my last astral attack down, I was a kid for sure. I know. Are those beetles used for curses? I have put them in a couple curses. I have put them in a couple curses or asked them to go to a couple different things. I'm not sure what the results were, because I never got, you know, sometimes you get a testimony and sometimes you don't. It depends on like how private your clients are. Sometimes they don't like you to to share, but I have put them, I think, in two curses. Come on. Do. But I think they're mostly just for, come on, protection for me, for my own self. Those who are gifted the golden snake with wings is the highest honor to the devotee. I can't believe that he presented me with a Bowen, and I was just like, I didn't know what it meant at the time. I still really don't. I mean, I read about it. I know, I know who it is now. I didn't know at the time. I've been gifted a name. Akate gave me a name. She's given me my own personal sigils that I can use on my spells. I can use them in ceremonies, things like that. They are just always growing you. And with each gift is a sign of growth. With each thing that you go through, each thing that is present, everything there's a reason for it. It's just constant. And you just get so in love with them that you just can't be without them ever. What else did he did to you? You mean the person who tried to curse me, the guy who tried to curse me? He did a curse to break up my marriage, and I know that from my studies. What's your favorite curses to do? How much does it take for you to curse someone? Not much. What don't I know, really? You're so funny. Oh, black blood, you crack me up. Let's see. A being visited me in a dream. It presented itself as a black spear. It made me feel very protected, and I don't know who or what it was. A black spear. I'm trying. Well, okay, so aren't spears like portals or like spears of protection? I don't know. I'm kind of confused on that one. Let me think about it for a minute. Let's see. I'm going to try talking to them and asking them questions. I did. And what did he say? So how about that ghost saying my name the other day? Yeah, how about that? Did you like that? I was talking about you. Yes, they can come collect you in any spirit. Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, I can't remember what he was talking about, though. Did you watch it a few times and listen to what he was saying? But yeah, he was definitely talking about you. But it could be like, unless you are working with another Kyle. Nope. I watched the video like 10 times. A lot of times, okay, because I'm getting ready to do a casting, right, for you. A lot of times your guides will come around. They want to see what I'm doing. Because it's their job to kind of guide you and watch you. And and they know that I'm a witch and that I'm going to do stuff with your energy. And so they're probably just coming to check me out. I was asking for right after my name was mentioned. It asked for water. Huh. And I said, I'll give you some water. I'll go get you some. Yeah, it's weird. But water's an element, you know. So maybe I'll use water when I'm doing your water's from your flower laugh. Well, maybe when I'm doing your casting, I'll have a thing of water sitting there. Since they asked for water when they said your name, I'll put a chalice with water there. Do I have a career? Yes, I'm a witch. I am a practitioner. I'm also a nurse's assistant. I do healthcare for many years. Many years. And I used to be a teacher. I was a teacher at the middle school for 12 years, I think, 13 years, maybe more. But I think it was like 12 or 13 years. I can't really remember how long it was, but I was there for a long time. Helping professions, that's so cool. Yeah. What's these? These need. Hurry up already. It was Mel, and he said that he wanted to work with me, and he wanted me to send him to people who deserved bad karma. Well, that's interesting. Maybe they use that terminology because you believe in karma. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I don't believe in like the threefold law and all the stuff that people try to control you with. That's fear that they try to put on you. I don't believe in any of that. What made you continue posting on YouTube? I really feel like it's a worldwide platform, and I really feel like Akate wants me in this platform for a reason. I really feel like she is wanting me to share my path with everyone, like I've already said. And I think that, you know, I hope that I show people that witchcraft isn't scary, and it isn't bad, and it isn't something that you have to fear. I mean, unless you know, are being cursed, then you can fear it, and you should. But, you know, I think that witches have a bad name, and not all witches are bad. Some are, just like regular people. Some people are bad, some witches are bad. It just depends. But I would encourage you to make sure that you're comfortable with that person, with that witch, before you have them cast for you. Make sure that you feel comfortable with the way that she, you know, manipulates energy and things like that. Don't like just jump into something unless you've done your research. You know, do your research. It's just, you know, common sense. If you're, you know, wanting to mess around with that, if you're wanting to, you're going through an awakening and you need to learn stuff, you don't know where you belong, what types of things are happening to you, then you're going to want to find my channel and ask so that I could help you, right? So that's kind of why I'm here. Didn't specify say karma. Oh, it didn't say karma. I said karma because it's the only way I can explain it. I see. Hi, Kelly. Are you a vegetarian? Like, do you eat meat? Yes, I eat meat. And yes, I'm a medium as well. I do have psychic abilities, of course. I see spirits and ghosts, and I talk to them, and they talk to me. And I had one singing me to sleep the other day. I was just like, seriously, how am I supposed to sleep? There's just so many beautiful things that happen when you're a witch, and just all I could say is don't limit yourself. You thought it was cute. It was really cute, but I never had them sing to me before trying to help me sleep because I couldn't sleep. And it was kind of different, yeah. Yes, her children need to wake up. She's waking them up. Why is she? You know, look. But if you're primal, I will say this. Stick to primal. Don't water it down with other forms of witchcraft. If you're primal, stay primal. Don't water it down with other stuff. Because for one, Hecate doesn't like that. Even if it's another aspect of her. She has so many aspects. She has so many different religions that worship her and work with her. And but if you're primal and you work with her, don't water her down with that stuff. Well, it's Hecate, so I can't. No, don't. If you're primal, don't do it. Stay primal. That's my advice. Because she's not going to like it. She doesn't like it. Some people don't have the heart for, are not called to be primal. They don't have the heart for it. They don't have the abilities. They don't have the strength. They don't have the whatever it takes to be primal. And so there's that aspect of her for them. But if you have what she's looking for, if you are primal, then you will be primal, but don't water. Don't try to mix it up. She doesn't like it. Let me see. What did I miss? If a spirit was singing to me, I'd be like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. It was weird. It was really strange. I was just like, what the hell is that? And then I'm like looking, I'm like, is the wind blowing through a cracked window? Where's that coming from? And I'm just like looking right next to my bed, and I'm hearing it right next to my bed. And I was just like, thank you so much for singing to me. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Don't see them. I just feel them. Yeah, you could feel their energies. I always know when one comes close to me, I can feel it. And I'll just be like, oh boy, here we go. And sometimes something will be on someone. Like if I'm at a restaurant and say that, for example, I was at a restaurant And this lady came in and she had something on her that was not good. And it took one look at me, and all of a sudden I could feel it like trying to jump me. And then Akate went right inside me and looked at it, and it backed the fuck off. And I was just like, I gotta go, man. The Lord of the Dark Star. It's going on my spirit pots. Do you see like a physical figure? I see orbs and energies, and I feel sometimes I do. Sometimes they physically manifest for me. Sometimes I'll see shapes, energy shapes. I can hear them talking sometimes. Occasionally they'll move things to show me that they're there. Like the other day when they kicked over the bean bag, or I was sitting at my table and they were moving my pencil going across like this with my pencil, or they like to turn the TV really loud and then really, really low. Change the channels. Yeah. Used to play with the pendulum. But my mom was so mad when she saw me, I never played with one again. Yeah, I used each altar has their own pendulum that I use. Except for Lucifer doesn't have his. Oh yes, he does. He does too. Yeah, he does. But everyone has a pendulum, and I like to use that sometimes. If I just have a quick question, I'll just walk up and ask and use my pendulum, and they'll answer it that way. Did you use a Ouija board? No. I don't like the Ouija board. It's too slow. And it's like, why use a Ouija board when you could just ask and they could tell you? You know what I mean? But I have worked with other witches who, or what do you call them, psychic mediums or spiritualists or whatever they call themselves. They're witches, but who use Ouija boards, like Karen Dahlman. I've worked with her to get some confirmation on some things that I was working with Akate on, and so I needed some confirmation because it was a big thing, and that's when Akate gave me my name, which was really exciting for everybody. Both of them started crying. It was really cute, but she knew it was bothering me because I was like, I don't have a name to put in your book. I'm sorry. What do I do? I have no name to put in your book. Da da da. There's like a whole story about it. It's really sad and make y'all cry, so I won't tell you. But so she gave me a name, and so now I have a name, and it was very beautiful and really sweet. And I don't know. It's amazing. But anyways, and also I've worked with another Ouija person who at that time was very gifted. Do you hear voices in your head, like, for example, telling you, don't do that? Yes, I do. I'm talking to you like guiding you. Yes. I try to ignore it. I don't want to feel like I'm crazy. Well, when we are children, we are taught to not listen to our guides and to our higher self. And we're taught to stuff everything. We're taught to not use our intuition, our instincts, we're taught all of that growing up. It's grilled into our heads. Don't talk to your imaginary friends. Well, that's a ghost and it's not imaginary. And we're taught to not use our abilities and to not, to like get rid of them and all of that stuff. And so it's really important that when they're telling you something, even if it's just a little thing, that you practice doing it. Even if it's like, oh, who cares? If there's a glass that on the edge of the table and it's going to fall and you hear a voice in your head go, you need to move that glass or you're going to be cleaning up that freaking mess all over the floor, then get up and move the freaking glass. If they tell you that ladder's going to fall, you need to go and move it or hold it or whatever, then go and do it. Don't sit there and wait and see if it really happens. That is your guides or your intuition, your own personal psychic abilities. Just practice that little bits of stuff and you'll see it grow and grow and grow and grow. And then when you get really good at it and Hecate comes and tells you stuff, you're going to know what she's saying because you've been practicing listening to yourself and listening to your guides and listening to the gods and the goddess. And it's just how you do it. Just turn it on and leave it on. You'll be better. Okay, let's see. I'm getting ready to get off here, you guys. They tell me not to eat too many sweets. Oh my goodness, you're funny. Oh, Optimus Prime, you must have posted a bad word. They blocked it, whatever you said. Teammate Primal Craft is a pure, raw source of magic. Yes, it is. I'm just listening to you tonight, if that's okay. No, I deleted it. Oh, okay. Let's see. I was going to say one more thing before I get off of here. Okay, here's a good example. I had a client and I had been working with her. She was a medium and she was having a lot of attacks because she was fighting her abilities. And so she was being attacked by spirits all the freaking time. And I was like, well, you need to quit fighting your abilities and accept them and, do stuff. And so Hecate told me that I was going to be, shopping and I was going to get a phone call and they were going to tell me that she died. And so she said, she's going to die. If you don't tell her to go to the hospital right now, if you don't get on that phone right now and tell her to get her ass in the hospital, she will be dead tomorrow. And so I was like, she's going to think I'm crazy. She's not going to listen to me. She's like going to be like, oh, blah, 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 And so I didn't care. I was like, I don't care. She could think I'm crazy. I don't give a shit, So I called her daughter because she was a friend of mine. And I said, you need to call your mom and tell her to go to the emergency room right freaking now, or she's going to be dead tomorrow. And so she called her mom and her mom couldn't get to the hospital fast enough. She believed every bit of it. She was like, oh, woo. So she's like, so she went in. And sure enough, she was having heart failure, and they flew her to another city to a heart specialist, and she had to have a pacemaker put in. And it saved her, and Hecate saved her life. But if I didn't listen and do what she told me to do, then she would have been dead. And so when those little voices tell you to do things, then freaking do it. Yes, she is. Trees Blue is ever has there a handful of I was going to talk to you a little bit about that are really known for giving true future facts. Of course. When are you going live? Busy tomorrow. I don't know, just whenever I get around to it. I don't really have a schedule. I just kind of I try to do meditation before I come out here, and it however long it takes, and then I come out and do my live. But let me see, what did you send me, Dollface? Oh, you're so cute. Yes, that's our schedule. Don't show that. Yes, 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 it is. I think that's what it is too. I think it is. Oh, Soulfire. Hang on a second. Sorry, you guys. Just one. That's the seal of Atlantis, isn't it? Sorry. Oh, dear. What did I do? Okay, we're back. Yes. Well, when you want to know future stuff, then I prefer, when I do divination, I like to work with Lucifer with that. And I will summons your guides, because your guides are assigned to you. And so they know everything about you. And so I will summons your guides and ask them stuff. And so I don't do it very nicely. And they kind of get a little pissed off because I order them to come. And it's just how it is. I try to be respectful, but they usually get pissed off anyway. So I just tell them to do it and like it, you know. My family on my dad's side has a thing that we dream of the future. That's cool. I love you guys so much. I'm going to get off of here now and get started. I have only a couple things to do tonight, and I will be posting videos. But I love you all. And so thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to watch for my videos. My videos usually have like weird things happening in them. There's always, you know, tips and tricks and whatever, you know, as I go through. I don't know. It's always something. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.